Guys, good evening. Confirm audio. Let us start. So, almost all theory has been covered when it comes to ratio, proportion, variation. We have covered partnerships also. So, today is more about solving questions. So, there's a question on the screen. Start. You have close to 2 minutes. Start. Two minutes you have. Start solving. Comment your answers. The question you are seeing right now on the screen, CAT 2023 had a similar question, afternoon slot, but the question in the exam was maxima minima based. This is slightly on the easier side. Cost of a diamond varies directly as the square of its weight. Once diamond broke into 4 pieces with heights in the ratio 1:2:3:4. When the pieces were sold, merchant got rupees 70,000 less. Find the original price of the diamond. Find the original price of the diamond. So first thing you and I need to observe is what is the relation between variables and what variables. We are saying cost of the diamond, cost is proportional to, directly varies as square of its weight. Whatever weight is there, I'll perform the square. Cost is proportional to weight square. Once the diamond is broken into 4 pieces with weights being in the ratio 1:2:3:4, when the pieces were sold, the merchant got rupees 70,000 less. What is the price of original diamond? So I'm calling them A, B, C, D, A, B, C, and D. Their weights are 1:2:3:4. These are their weights. After breaking down, can I say before breaking down, the total weight should have been 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 10. Whether it is grams, carats, kilograms, we do not care. This is what their weight. Can I say the cost of these diamonds is depending upon what? Is depending upon the square of the weight. Square. So I'll perform a square of this. 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 I will also perform a square of the total weight. So right now, what is the merchant getting? He is getting around 1 rupees, 4 rupees, 9 rupees, and 16 rupees. That is 30. It is rupees, or like we'll see. The merchant is getting 30 right now in the ratio. He was supposed to be getting 100. So how much gap do you see? How much gap do you see? how much decline do you see? 70 rupees gap. Now that 70 is actually 70,000 rupees gap. So how do you convert 70 into 70,000? By multiplying 1000. That tells me the multiplying factor is 1000. So the original diamond should be 100,000. How much is 100,000? 100,000 is a lakh. 100,000 is a lakh. Option C. So pay attention. 1, 2, 3, 4 are the weights after breaking down. Before breaking down, weight should be 10. Now prices are square of the weight, depends upon square of the weight. All I have done in this question is perform these squares. Perform these squares. Left hand side is the price of broken pieces. Right hand side is the price of the complete diamond. So I see a loss of 70 rupees happening, but in reality it is 70,000. Now how can this question turn into a maximum question? A question on similar lines was given in CAT 2023 as a diamond with a weight of, let us say, 10 grams is broken into 4 parts. All the weights must be natural numbers. The difference between maximum loss and minimum loss is 28.8 lakhs. What is the price of the complete diamond? Difference between maximum loss and minimum loss is 28.8 lakhs. So what was the price of the original diamond? Did we complete this question in the last sheet? Confirm if the values are same. Maximum, I'll have to go for the exact values. Exact question we have covered. Chalo, moving on. Try this. Take a minute, try this. A lot of variations of this have been seen in CAT recently. A, B, and C. A gave B and C as many pens each one of them already had. B gave A and C as many pens each already had. Finally, C gave A and B as many pens as each already had. Now each had an equal number of pens. Total number of pens is 48. How many pens did B initially have? How many pens did C initially have? How many pens did A initially have? There could be a question on how many number of pens did A lose in the entire game? What is the number of pens C gains in the second round? This is right now on 3 people. This could be framed on 4 people. Let us say I am B. I already have, let us say, 10 pens. So what A does is gives me 10 more pens. If I am C, I have 5 pens. So A gives me 5 more pens. So basically, one person is doubling the number of pens with other. And it is happening for 3 times. And at the end, they all have equal number of pens. Total number of pens is 48. You will be tempted to create equations. Don't do that. बड़े बड़े equations मत बनाओ. Anyone has reached any answer? Once you solve, you'll have all three answers. Once you see the pattern, once you understand the approach, you will have all three answers. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि एक सही है बाकी दो गलत हैं, दो सही है गलत है. It cannot happen. See, almost all such questions where something is happening repeatedly, and you have final value. Each one had equal number of pens. Each one had equal number of pens, and total pens are 48. You should always start from the end and build up. See, I'm focusing here. This is person A, this is person B, and this is person C. They all have 48 pens together. That means there are 16 pens, 16 pens, 16 pens right now. This is the end. This is the end. Before the end, what happened? Before it just ended, C gave A and B something which is equal to their own values. If I have 10 pens, C will offer me 10 more. C will basically double my pens. If I'm A, if I'm B, I have 10 pens, C will double it. So can I say this 16 and this 16 is because C doubled them. C doubled them. That means before C gave them pens, they had 8 and 8. Think over this. 8 pens were given by C to A, 8 were given by C to B. If I reverse, so 8 and 8 pens will come back. So C will get 16 pens back. So C has 32 pens right now. This is before C distributed. Who was the person giving away pens before C? B was giving away. I'm drawing this line here. See, B is the one who gave away pens. So this 32 is because B gave away his pens. So before that, pens should be 16. This is 8. Why? Because B gave his pens to A. So this number of pens should be 4. So how much comes back to B? See, 8 is already there. 8 is already there with B. Understand plus minus. A was getting 4 pens and C was getting 16 pens. When I go back, those 4 and 16 pens will come back to B. 4 and 16 is 20. So B has 28 pens. I have reversed the process. B was giving away. I have taken it back. Right now there are 4 pens with A, 28 with B, and 16 with C. This is when A gave away his pens. This is just after A performed the distribution. So A will tell B, Papas kar, I want my pens back. I have doubled the pens, you give me back. So B will hand over 14 pens and C will hand over 8 pens. So how many pens will A get? A already has his 4. How much is coming back to A? 14 and 8. What is 14 and 8? 22 number of pens have just come back to A. So A in the beginning, in the opening, had 26 pens. B in the beginning had 14 pens and C had 8 pens. You can answer everything now. How many did they lose in round 2, round 1, overall, or how many pens did they start with? Everything can be answered with this approach. How many pens did B initially have? 14. How many pens did C initially have? 8. How many pens did A initially have? Where is A? A is here, 26 number of pens. So you can answer everything once you think in the reverse order. Think from bottoms up, because you have an exact number which is given to them at the end. So what happens is, here C was doubling. In this step, C was doubling. So you think back. C is making them half, taking away their pens. C. Here C took away his pens. Here what was happening? B was doubling their pens. So you think reverse. B tells them, Vapas do mere ko. I want my pens back. In the first case, A was doubling their pens. So you think reverse. A is taking away their pens. Doubts in this? I'll restart. I'll restart the explanation if you guys need. I'll restart the whole thing. देखो, A has 16 pens, B has 16 pens, C has 16 pens. So C doubled the pen with others. दूसरों को C double कर दिया. So C will say, give me back my pens. So C takes away 8 and 8 pens back. So C takes away 16 pens back. One step back. So C has got 32 pens. Before giving away, C has 32 pens. This is when B gave away his pens. So B tells मेरे को वापस करो, give me half of your pens back. So A has 4 pens, C has 16. So how much comes back? How much comes back to B? B gets back 4 plus 16. Whatever B was offering here, B is taking back. B was offering 16, so B is taking back that 16. How much does B have or has now? 28 pens. Now go back further. A tells them, give me back my pens. A says, give me back my pens. So B will have to return 14, C will have to return 8. So A will have 4 plus 14 plus 8, 26 pens. Now, what kind of question can cat ask in such a case? In this case, they are doubling. I might change the language and say A gives B and C pens in such a manner that their number of pens increase by 50% each. B gives away pens to A and C such that their number increases by 100%. C gives away pens to A and B in such a manner that their pens increase by 250% or 150%. Could be any percent. 150%. Now go back. This becomes a now game of ratios. If I change the pattern, again, reversal is the best approach. Start from bottom and build it up. That is the best approach. This number will need to be changed then. This number will be need to change accordingly. Try this. This is actually a CAT question. Scores of Amal and Bimal in an examination are in the ratio of 11/14. After an appeal, their scores increased by the same amount and their new scores are in the ratio 47/56. The ratio of Bimal's new score to his original score is. The ratio of Bimal's new score to his original score is. Try. After an appeal, their scores increased by same amount. That is a very important phrase here. One of the rules of ratios is you do not add or subtract a number from outside in the ratio. बाहर से you cannot add subtract numbers to it. Keep that in mind. If I was to solve this in the simplest possible way, I will start by saying Amal and Bimal have a score of 11x and 14x. That is the score they have. Now they both file for re-evaluation. They both say we want upgraded score. So listen to the language. Their scores increase by the same amount, which would make it plus k and plus k. That is the same amount. Now what is the ratio? The ratio is 47 by 56. Now if you ask any person to solve this, they will start cross multiplying, which is not wrong, but you have better methods. There are many names for it. I can see the denominator has a larger number, so I am subtracting what? Numerator from denominator. 56 minus 47 is 9. I am subtracting numerator from denominator. This k will get subtracted, cancelled. 11 is being subtracted, so 3x. See, proportion will not change as long as you're performing same change. Forget a and b for the time being. Forget that a and b for the time being. Cancelled 3 times, cross multiplication. 33x plus 3k is equal to 47x. If I transfer this, 14x is equal to 3k. So what is k? This is k. The increase factor is 14x by 3. Now what exactly is the question? What is the ratio of Bimal's new score to that of the original score? What was his original score? His original score was 14x. What is his new score? His new score is 14x plus k. 14x plus k. How much is k? 14x by 3. So what is common in every part? X is common, cancel it out. What else is common? 14. You cancel out 14. So you'll end up with 1 plus 1 by 3 upon 1. 14 को बाहर निकाल के cancel कर दो. So when you solve it, your answer is this. Take your time. Observe how the calculation goes. It's a CAT question. It's a question from CAT, maybe 2020 or 2018, a year here or there. It's a pure and simple calculation based question. You work with ratios, you get your answers and move on. Any doubts in the approach? Any doubts that you have or could have in the approach? Never add a number from outside in the ratio. Always put a multiplying factor x. Now I want you guys to learn something new or newer. See, if A and B, they have any number, they have, let us say, rupees 120 and rupees 220 with them. Don't create a ratio. What is the gap between them? the gap is 100 rupees. If I offer A, let us say rupees 50, and if I offer B, same amount, 50 rupees, does the gap change between them? Does the gap change between the two people? I'm offering them equal amount. I've covered for you comparison of ratios in speed maths. I've covered for you comparison of ratios in percentage also. The gap between two numbers does not change when you offer both equal sum or equal value. Is this clear to everyone? So how can I use that thought process here? See, I'm resolving this for you in a slightly different manner. Let me change the color of the pen. The blue one is the new approach. 11 by 14 has a gap of 3. What is the gap between 47 and 56? The gap between them is 9. So think over this. I'm going to offer both equal number, equal increment. So can I say to make that equal, the gap should be equal, I will have to triple the first number and second number. Tripling this is 33. Tripling this is 42. This is 47 and this is 56. Now, can you visualize this? I am offering A Amal, a extra score of 14. What am I offering B? I am offering B a extra score of 14. Can I say after reevaluation, they are getting same increment 14? That was the primary condition. Their scores increased by same amount. So now this is the new score of Bimal. This is the old score of Bimal. So what is the old value upon the new value upon the old value? So can I cancel this as 14 into 4 and 14 into 3? So 4 by 3 is the answer. So that is why we should have multiple approaches. That is why we should have multiple ways to solve a question. Why are we multiplying by 3 is the key here. What is the idea? Why did we multiply it with 3? क्यों multiply किया हमने? To make the gap same. The gap must be same if you offer same increment to both. Gap must be same. Moving on. Chalo, moving on. Good. Yeah. Try this. Again, the cat question. Try this. You might be able to see the question is taking around 7-8 lines right now on the screen. In cat, it will be 1.5 times because the space available for questions is less in actual exam. So take 3-4 minutes, read and solve. When you see a complex sentence, break it down into smaller parts so you could read well, understand well. there is talk about two flights, A and B. There is talk about total waiting capacity, how much waiting capacity has been occupied, how many are women, how many are men. Then there is talk about cabin crew. A lot of variables are there moving around. So you need to be very focused when you are assuming numbers or when you are solving this particular problem. Yeah, once you reach answer, comment it. That will vary from person to person, whether you should leave this question in the exam or solve it later on. From my perspective, I'll say it is a B category question क्योंकि information बहुत ज़्यादा है. There are a lot of moving parts, there are a lot of moving variables in the question. Should I start? Should I try and solve it for you? Chalo, listen to this. You should break down the information into smaller parts before you try and solve. Flights A, एक और चीज. You must get into the habit that you read from here to here without stopping. Look at answer options. दिमाग में एक strategy बनना चाहिए when you are done reading. Flights A and B are scheduled from an airport within the next 1 hour. All the booked passengers of the two flights are waiting in boarding hall for check-in. All the passengers are waiting. The hall has a seating capacity of 200, out of which 10% remained vacant. 40% of the waiting passengers are ladies. When the boarding announcement came, the passengers of flight A left the hall and boarded the flight. The seating capacity of each flight is 2/3 of the passengers who waited in the waiting hall for both flights put together. क्या बोल रहा है? We'll come back. Half of the passengers who boarded A are women. After boarding flight A, 60% of the waiting hall seats became empty. For every 20 of those who are still waiting in the hall for the flight B, there is one air hostess in flight A. What is the ratio of empty seats in flight B to the number of air hostess in flight A? Coming down to key parts. What is the capacity of the whole waiting area? 200. Out of this 200, 10%, 20, that is vacant. How many are occupied? There are 180 seats occupied in the waiting area. There are basically 120 passengers waiting. Out of these, how many are ladies? 40%. What is 40% of this? I believe 72. These are women. And how many are men? 108 are men. So up to this point, I have taken care of everything I could think of. When the boarding call came, passengers for flight A left the hall. The seating capacity of each flight
is 2/3 of those waiting in the hall for both flights put together. How many people are waiting? 180 people are waiting, both flights put together. So one flight A and another flight B, they have equal capacities. How much? 2/3 of this number. Listen to the language. The seating capacity of each flight is 2/3 of the passengers who waited in the waiting hall for both flights put together. That tells me 2/3 of this number, 2 by 3. 1 by 3 is 60, so 2 by 3 is 120. 120 is the capacity, 120 is the capacity.
Listen to this further. Half of the passenger who boarded A are women. How many are boarding? You and I do not know how many are boarding. There will be some cabin crews, and half of the boarding passengers are men and half of them are women. It does not say whole flight is booked. Listen to this. Seating capacity of each flight is 2/3 of those who waited. We have read this. Half of the passengers who boarded A are women. We need to do something with this. After boarding flight A, 60% of the waiting hall became empty. It was how much empty in the beginning? 10%. It was 10% empty. Now, when the flight has been completed or boarded for A, it becomes 60% empty. Can I say it will become further 50% empty? It was already 10% vacant. It was already 10% empty. So it will become 50% empty further. 50% of 200. Pura hall becomes 60% empty. Entire hall. 10% it was already empty. You make it 50% further empty. 50% of 200. So I can add. So that means 100 people are boarding this. 100 people are boarding this. So 50 men and 50 women are boarding this. That means from here 50 is gone, 22. From here 50 is gone, so 58. So when B is filled. In B, how many men are there? 58. How many women are there? 22. I've got the capacity of both flights. Now there comes something new. For every 20 of those who are still waiting in the hall for flight B, how many are waiting there? 22 plus 50, which is 80. For every 20 of those who are waiting for B, there is an air hostess in A. If there are 20 people waiting for B, ये हमने fill कर दिया यहाँ पे B. There is one air hostess in A. Can I say if it is 4 times, the air hostess must also be 4. There are 4 air hostess in A. What is the question? What is the ratio of empty seats in B? How many seats are there in B? 120. How many have been occupied? 80 have been occupied. So how many empty are there? 40 seats are empty. 40 seats are empty. How many air hostess are there in A? There are 4 air hostess in A. So what is the exact ratio? 10:1. So it is a very, very beautifully framed question. This is what CAD is doing nowadays. Put a ghumate information ko, but calculations are so simple. You need to stay focused. You must stay focused on your target, that I am not going to make silly calculation mistakes. If I have to read the question twice, if I have to read the information twice, karo. Give up mat karo, mistakes mat karo. I'll do that. I'll do that. Some of the parts I'll repeat. Some of the parts I'll repeat. Don't worry. 200 seats, 20 are vacant, 180 are occupied. 2/3 of 180 is the actual capacity of A and B. Nowhere does it say they will completely be filled. So now 120, 120 is the capacity. When passengers are called for A, the hall becomes 60% empty. The hall was already 10% empty. I am going to make it 50% empty further. 50% of total 200 seats. So 100 seats are going into A. In those 100 seats, men and women are equal. So 50-50 men, women. So how many people remain? 80 people are waiting for B. 80 people are waiting to go to flight B. Now the question says, for 20 people waiting, there will be one air hostess going to A. 80 people are waiting for B. For 20 people waiting, there will be one air hostess. So for 80, there will be 4 air hostess. So 4 air hostess are going with flight A. Question is, number of empty seats of B divided by air hostess in A. So if 80 people are going to B, 40 seats are empty. What is this 40? These 40 are empty seats. Empty seats in B. What is this? Number of air hostess in A. 10:1. So this question is more about holding your nerve, not giving up in the middle. Confirmations on this? Confirm, done. Give it a try. Three men gambling in Casino Royale. They start with sums of money in the ratio of 765 and finish with the sums of money in the ratio 654 in the same order as before. One of them won $12. How many dollars did he start with? These three men are gambling against each other. These three men are gambling against each other. So if you pay attention to one key information, it's a fairly simple question. 2 minutes you have. Try. The most important part here is this. These three men are gambling amongst each other. So if you and two of your friends are gambling, so the money is moving among the friends. So what does not change? What does not change? The total money does not change, because three people are there. They are gambling with each other. So whatever bets they place, whatever win or loss happens, the total remains the same. So if you focus on that piece of information, it looks like 7 was the amount, 6 and 5. it looks like 18 is the sum. Here 6, 5 and 4. That looks like 15 is the sum. So because it is the same money, the total amount should be same. How do we make numbers same? We take LCMs. What is LCM of 15 and 18? The ratio is 6 upon 5. So you take this 6, you multiply it here. You take this 5, you multiply it here. So what happens when you multiply 5? 35, 30, 25. When you multiply 6, 36. This is 30 and this is 24. Do you see, for this person the money did not change. For this person money is actually decreasing. This is the only one who is gaining money. It appears like he had earlier 35 rupees or dollars. Now he has 36 rupees or dollars. So I see a gain. I see a gain of 1. What is the actual gain? See, one of them has won $12. Who? We do not know. It looks like first person now. So according to me, it is 1. In reality, it is 12. So what was his original money, or what is his money now? How many dollars did he start with? So this is the original value. According to me, 1 is to become 12 times. So total money of the person A should be 35 into 12. Rearrange kar lo. That looks like to me as 350 plus 70, 420. So this person in the beginning had $420. Yes, your answers are correct. Very good. What is the key information? What helped me in solving this problem? They are gambling among themselves. If they are gambling among themselves, the total money must remain same. Any doubts in this? Try. Raju and Lalitha originally had marbles in the ratio of 9/4. Lalitha gave some of her marbles to Raju. As a result, the ratio of number of marbles with Raju to that with Lalitha became 5/6. What fraction of her original marbles was given by Lalitha to Raju? Try.
No answers? थोड़ा आपको वो स्पीड बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. You need to bring in that, I'll say, aggressiveness in solving questions. थोड़ा अजीब टाइप का आंसर आएगा, थोड़ा अलग टाइप का आंसर आएगा. See, Raju and Lalita had some number of marbles. I am calling it 4x and 9x, some number of marbles. Now what Lalita does is, she takes some of her marbles and gives it to Raju. Some of the marbles, I do not know how many. Let us say the number of marbles are y. Lalita takes away her marbles y and gives it to Raju. So subtraction here, addition on the other side. As a result, the ratio of number of marbles with Raju to Lalita become 5/6. The ratio of these numbers is 5/6. The question is, what fraction of her original number of marbles was given by, original number of marbles were what? 9x. So out of this, how many marbles is she giving away? This is the answer you want. Please pay attention. Fraction of original marbles she had, to that, how much is she giving? She is giving away y marbles divided by original marbles. That is the question. So I will rearrange all of this. I mean, I should have written this properly in this manner. Fine, I can correct that. Now also, don't cross multiply. Now, why are you doing this? Don't cross multiply. I can see numbers are where? Numbers are more in the denominator. You bring in subtract. Denominator is more, subtract. So it becomes 1. It remains 5. When you subtract this, it becomes 5x minus 2y, 4x plus 1. We call it component dividend. We all have done this. Now you cross multiply, nothing wrong. So what you have here is 4x plus y is equal to 25 minus 10y. Transfer it. 11y is equal to, बड़ा अजीब सा आंसर आ रहा है, 21x. 21x, that is the value of y. So y is equal to 21x by 11. So here what you do is, here you have y, 21x by 11. What do we have here? In the denominator, what do we have? 9x. X is cancelled, 3, 7 by 33. So she is taking away 7 by 33 of her. Yeah. No, forget the name of this thing. I see denominator. On the right side, you have more numbers in denominator. नीचे लाके minus कर दो. You bring down and subtract. Let us say you want to do something else. I clicked on the wrong page. Give me a second. Yes. Let me try something else. I can see one more pattern. There is plus and minus y. इसको ऊपर ले आके मैंने ऐड कर दिया. I take it above and add. It becomes 13x. Y cancel हो गया. Y is gone. 9x minus y is 11/6. Now also you can cross multiply. Now also you can work. But numbers बड़े हो गए. See, when you decide to add things, numbers will grow. Here I decide to subtract. So numbers are decreasing. It is easier to further multiply and solve. ये थोड़ा लंबा हो जाएगा. Don't do this. Add करने से और लंबा हो जाएगा. Don't do that. I'm not able to see your chats. Give me a second. I can see. Yeah. Chalo, moving on. Here. All right. Try. Give it a shot. Give it a try. You have 2 minutes.
that will also work. You are equating the quantity, क्योंकि ये ललिता से तो ट्रांसफर जा रहा है. It will work. It should work. Yes. Should work. Yes. This is Amal and Bimal startup partnership by investing 20 lakh each. 20 lakh each. Amal and Bimal startup partnership by investing rupees 20 lakh each. What is the percentage point difference between their profit shares? Aman and Bimal start a partnership by investing rupees 20 lakh each. Aman feels the business is too risky. And decides to withdraw 2 lakh at the end of every month. While Bimal, being the optimistic person he is, decides to invest 3 lakh at the end of every fourth month. What is the percentage point difference? Now, what is percentage points? If a person is getting 10% and second person is getting 12%, there is 2 percentage point gap. Difference in percentage is percentage point gap. That's all. So how will this question develop? 20 lakh rupees is the investment for A. 20 lakh is investment for B. I'll start from there. So he withdraws 2 lakhs after third month. So 3 months, 20 lakhs were there. 3 months. Now 2 lakhs are gone. So 18 months. 18 lakhs for 3 months. Again 2 lakhs are gone. 16 lakhs for 3 months. Again 2 lakhs are gone. So 14 lakhs for 3 months. Total 12 months are there in a year. We always consider partnerships to be 1 year long. So in this case, 2 lakhs are subtracted after 3 months. Now, what does the optimistic person Biman does? He does the change at the end of fourth month or after fourth month. So for first 4 months, his money was 20 lakhs. He brings in 3 lakhs from outside. So money becomes 23 lakhs for 4 months. 8 months are over. 8 months are gone. He brings in further 3 lakhs for 4 months. So addition of these numbers divided by these numbers, that is the profit sharing ratio for these two. What do? We multiply investment into their time. We multiply investment into their time to get the profit sharing. That's profit sharing ratio. Now, do not be, I'll say, worried. You see here 3 is common. 3 ko bahar rakh lo. Now you'll see pattern. 20 plus 14, 34. 18 plus 16, 34. 34 plus 34, 68. 3 common. What is common? 4 is common. What is this? 20 plus 26, 46. 46 plus 23, 69. Can you cancel a few things? Cancelled 17 times. Cancelled 23 times. So what is the percentage share of A? It is 17 by, please pay attention, 17 by 40 into 100. What is the percentage share of B? It is 23 by 40 into 100.
Do you want their percentage share or percentage gap? So when you subtract these two numbers, do you see you will have the numerator of 6 upon 40 into 100. Your job is done. 20 into 2, 20 into 5. So that is 30 upon 2. Cancel it further, 15. So what is the percentage point gap? 15 percentage point gap is there. That is fine. That is fine. Calculations we can correct. Not a problem. Pattern के होना चाहिए. Pattern should be clear. Yeah, this I have written above. This part I have written here. That is the answer. Confirmation on done. See, you are solving all kinds of questions. Sometimes I'm repeating one or two questions or one or two variations, but overall you are seeing all variety of questions in ratio proportion variation. If you do basics in detail, higher question तो बनने ही बनने हैं. Try. If ages of A and B currently are in the ratio of 5/7, the ratio of their ages in future can never be, will never be. If the current ages are in the ratio of 5/7, in future their ratio will never be. Good, very good. We have already got one answer. Very good. Others also try. What is your thought process? What is the reason behind your answers? What is it that you're thinking? What is it that you're going through when you answer that? Age difference should be constant. Okay. Because the gap is not 2, that is why you're answering C. Because the gap is not 2. Chalo. So I will take you guys further to basic one more time. Remember ratios. Remember ratios. Do you remember, if I take any random set of numbers, if I take, let us say 15 upon 19 in random ratio, that is a proper ratio. Proper ratio. When I add a constant to both, let us say I'm adding 5 to both. I'm adding 5 to both. When you add a constant value to a proper ratio, it must increase. Do you guys remember the sentence? A proper ratio increases when a constant is added to both numerator and denominator. A proper ratio increases when a constant is added to both numerator and denominator. So you will need access to a calculator, or you need to be good with multiplication. Let me try with multiplication. Can this be the answer? It was 5/7 earlier. If it is 7/9, is it actually increasing? Cross multiply 45,
cross multiply 49. Is it increasing? Yes. So this could be the answer. It could never pucha, never be. This is possible. I'm looking for not possible. 5 by 7 and 15 by 17 cross multiply 85, cross multiply 105. Is the ratio increasing? Yes. So this is a possible value. It could be a possible ratio. 5 by 7, 14 by 15, cross multiply 75, cross multiply 68. Is it increasing? Is the ratio increasing? No, ratio is actually decreasing. This is not a possible value. It has nothing to do with the gap of 1 or gap of 2. Understand? The gap can change in the ratio. In reality, the gap should be same. Here, if I take 5 by 7 and 3 by 5, cross multiply 25, cross multiply 21. Dekho, what has happened here? What has happened here? Arey 14 into this is 70 plus. Arey Baba 98 hota hai na. Is it increasing? Yes, it is increasing. It is possible. Achha, I check the last one. This is not possible, guys. This is not possible. The last one is not possible. All ratios cannot increase. If all ratios are increasing, then the increase or the gap needs to be a natural number. D is the answer, guys. D is the answer. Not C. Not C. D is the answer. अरे कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक था बेटा 17 into 7 into 14 is 98. 68 कैसे होगा? D is the answer. Delhi. Confirm if this is clear to you. You were able to grasp this. Confirm this. Try. Try. Two minutes you have. 20 is the answer. Let us see. Sure. 70 bulls can completely eat grass in a grassland in 24 days. However, it takes 60 days of grazing if there are 30 bulls. How many bulls are needed to graze complete grassland in 96 days? Assume that grass grows at same thickness all around the grassland on daily basis. This part is very important. See, when these bulls start to eat the grass, there's already some amount of grass. If they take 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, grass is growing daily at a fixed pace. So grass is also increasing. The more number of days they take, the grass increases more and more. So I'm assuming the amount of grass in the beginning is X. The grass increases daily at the rate of Y. It could be anything. Centimeters per day, grams per day, kilograms per day. I'm saying the grass increases Y per day. So what does it say? 70 bulls can completely eat the grass in 24 days. So this is the increase in the grass. 24y is increase in the graph. What is x? The original amount of grass initially. So can I say work done by 70 bulls in 24 days is equal to this? Now, how many bulls are there? 30 bulls. How many days do they consume this grass? They consume it for 60 days. So can I say X was the initial amount of grass? The growth in the grass is Y into 60. This is what I must solve to get the answer overall. So two equations are there, two variables are there. You can use your calculator without it also, you can try. So what I notice here is X is common. What is the increase? The increase is 36y. On the right side, I have to perform calculations. This is 1680 and this is 1800. What is the increase on the right side? On the right side, the increase is 120. So 36y is equal to 120. We understand that. Now what does it say? 96 days. See how beautifully the numbers are arranged. Look at this. X plus y into 96. What is the increase here? The increase is 36y. 36y. 36y is equal to what? Is equal to 120. So this must be 1920. Now 1920 should be equal to number of bulls into number of days. Bulls into days is the grass they are consuming. Bulls into days is the work they are doing. So divide these two. The number of bulls will be 20. So that is the most logical approach anyone could think of. You will have to consider what? The daily growth of grass should be considered as well. I do not have to find X and Y both. Luckily, see how that gap matches. How that gap is matching. From here to here, there's an increase of 36y. Again, an increase of 36y. So that corresponds to 120. See the answer aa gaya aapka. There's an increase of 120 here. And what is that? Number of bulls into days. Confirmation on this? Comment done. What is to be understood? There will be a daily increase. It says the grass grows at same thickness all around the grassland on daily basis. Increment in the grass should have been considered. Try. The distance by which a stone falls under gravity is directly proportional to square of the time of fall. If a stone falls 66 meters in 6th second, find the distance traveled by the stone in the 10th second. How much does it travel in the 10th second? A question on proportionality with a small twist. थोड़ा physics type का लग रहा होगा. You guys might have solved such questions in physics. Motion of particles under free fall. वो मत चालू कर देना. S is equal to ut plus half at square. S is equal to ut minus half at square. वो सब नहीं करना. इतना टाइम नहीं आपके पास. Distance traveled depends upon square of the time. पूरा equation नहीं चाहिए आपको. Don't worry, you don't need the complete equation now. सोचो, how do you find actually the distance in the 6th second, not 6 seconds, in the 6th second? How do you find that? एक particular second का value कैसे निकालोगे? Any answers? How does the question start? The distance by which the stone falls, distance, is proportional to time square. Proportional to square of the time of the fall. A stone falls by a distance of 66 meters in the 6th second. The language is tricky. See, if I tell you the stone has fallen for 5 complete seconds, 5 complete seconds, can I say if it falls for 6 complete seconds, 6 seconds, it will travel more distance? how much has it traveled in the 6 second? Can I say up to this point 5 seconds end, 5 seconds end? So this is the distance traveled in the 6 second. So can I say if I want the distance traveled in the 6 second, it should be equal to distance traveled in 6 seconds minus distance traveled in 5 seconds, which should be what? Which should be 6 square minus 5 square, which should be 11. That 11, according to me, in my assumption, it is 11. In reality, how much is that? In reality, it is 6 times. That is precisely what we call multiplying factor. So this is time ka square and time ka square subtracted 11. But in reality, it is 66. So this is your multiplying factor. In this case, it is called constant of proportionality. Constant of proportionality is 6. So how much distance will it fall in 10 seconds? Can I say similarly, what is 10 seconds? Distance traveled in 9 seconds and distance traveled in complete 10 seconds. When subtracted, you get distance traveled in the 10 second. So distance traveled in the 10 second is equal to distance traveled in 10 seconds minus 9 seconds. 100 minus 81, which is 19. According to me, it should be 19. But what is the multiplying factor or constant of proportionality? 6. So 19 into 6. It should be 114 meters. Not 10 seconds, in the 10th second. Total 10 seconds is 600. Total 9 seconds you calculate and subtract both. The answer you're getting 600 is for total journey. Total journey 600 meters. Involves two concepts. One, proportionality, and how to work with the nth time, nth moment, nth minute, nth second, nth value. Moving on. Confirmation on done. Good. Try this. Much easier question as compared to what you guys have seen so far. आपने इससे बड़े questions बनाए. It's a much simpler problem. Take 2 minutes. Comment answers. Simple enough. Arun's present age is 40% of Varun's. In another few years, Arun's age will be half of Varun's. By what percentage did Varun's age increase during this period? You can form equations, you can work with percentages, you can work with ratios to get the answer. Observe. Several of you have given me answer. Observe. Let me apply different methods. I am saying it is 40%. So if Barun's age is 10x, so Arun's age should be 4x. We are saying they will both age by some number n, and now the age is half. You solve and you find n, you'll have your answer in 2 steps. Cross multiply. 8x plus 2n is equal to 10x plus n. When I rearrange, n is equal to 2x. So on 10x, how much growth did you have? On 10x, you have a growth of 2x, which is 20% growth. Done. One approach. Another. Do you guys remember, out of 10, 4 is 40%. It has become half. Arun Barun, age has become half. The gap is 6, the gap is 1. Can I make the gap equal? Because if there's a gap of 2 years between them, it will always be 2 years. Actual gap. If the age gap is 5 years, it will always be 5. So I'm saying it is 40%. So I can work with 10 and 4. The gap looks like 6. The age has become half. Age has become half. So gap looks like 1. I'm making it equal 6. So what is the growth in the age of this individual? Kitna growth hai iske age mein? A growth of 2 on 10 is 20% growth. What method? Ratio method. What method? Equations approach. You form an equation sort of for A and B and then work with it. Not a very heavy question. Fairly simple question. Try. Old question. Cat Lake. On Sunday morning, a bookstore has an opening stock of 240 copies of a best-selling book. Every day that week, during the day, exactly half of the opening stock gets sold. Also, every day at closing time, 8 additional copies arrive from the publisher. When the stock goes below 25, the computer system gives a warning and a new bulk order is placed. On which day will the warning be given? When did we start? Sunday morning. Be careful. Monday se start nahi kar rahe hain. On Sunday morning we are starting. Half of the books are sold away and 8 books come every day. 8 books come every day. When the stock goes below 25, a warning is issued. When will the warning be issued? Solve. The total quantity must go below 25. You guys should be ready with pen Friday, Wednesday. So I have to focus on two things. At the starting of the day, how many books are there? And when they close, 8 books will be added every day. So Sunday opening time there are 240. So Sunday closing time it should be 120 plus 8, 128 books, which is Monday opening, which is Monday opening 128 books. So Monday closing it should be 64 books plus 8 arrive closing day, closing time 8 books arrive, that is 72. So Monday closing means Tuesday opening there are 72 books. So Tuesday closing there should be 36 plus 8 books, which is 44. So Tuesday closing would mean Wednesday opening there are 44 books. So Wednesday closing the books have become 22. Beta 8 additional arrive from the publisher at closing time. So right now there are 30 books. So Wednesday the alarm is not raised. Wednesday closing would mean Thursday opening there are 30 books. So Thursday when closing is going on, that is 15 plus 8, 23 books, which is below 25. So this is where the alarms will go off. This is where system will say that stock is low, stock is low. So alarm goes off on Thursday closing. The computer gives a warning and a new bulk order is placed. It does not say bulk order is placed today, tomorrow. The warning is given when the stock goes below 25. So you might be under the impression that next day it will open, so warning will be on Friday. That is why you guys are saying Friday. So does it say the warning happens in the morning? In this case, because Thursday when the closing is going on, the stock is 25, that is when the warning should go off. Thursday आंसर दिया अभी आप में से किसी ने? Yes, Thursday. Plus 8 है ना बेटा, arrive every day half of the books are sold and 8 more arrive at closing. तो ambiguity है. You are saying because it goes below 25, alarm should go immediately off. So ambiguity and the framing of the problem. So ambiguity है. But again, half plus 8 सिखाना था. आगे बढ़ो. चलो, try more questions. Actually, a question taken from cat. So it's little modified. It's cat like. थोड़ा पुराने टाइप का सवाल है. Try.
An alchemist was trying to mix three elements, copper, silver, gold, according to an ancient recipe for making philosopher's stone. He mixed them in the ratio of 5:7:8, but on a closer look, he realized they were actually supposed to be mixed in the ratio of 8:5. Consequently, he decided to add X grams of copper and Y grams of silver to the mixture to achieve the required ratio X by Y. Before I solve it any further, have we solved questions of this kind where a fruit is kept under sun and heated, or a solution is being heated to change the concentration? Have I solved such questions for you in percentages? Do you remember me solving something like this, explaining you the idea behind it? Yes. So what was the phrase that I used there? What is the guiding principle that I had given you guys in such questions, all such questions? Recall, recall, recall. What is the guiding principle in all such questions? Equate the component that does not change. Equate the component or quantity that does not change. ये वाटर का वेट विल चेंज है बेटा, वाटर का वेट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, वाटर का तो की इंपॉर्टेंट था, वहां पे की वेट था, दैट विल चेंज. Relate that concept with this current question. Relate that with this current question. What is the alchemist doing here? He was supposed to make a ratio of 5:7:8. For what? For copper, silver, gold. By mistake, he has made this ratio. What was the expected ratio? He was supposed to make this ratio. To make the correct ratio, what has he done? He has added some grams. He has added addition, not multiplication. He has added some grams of copper and he has added another gram of another weight of silver. Can I say he is not changing, not working on the quantity of gold? He is not moving the amount of gold around. Can I say that means gold should be same here and here? The component that does not change, or in this case that did not change, is gold. Gold should be same for both. Gold must be identical for both. So you multiply 5 here and you multiply 8 here. So now what you have is copper, silver, gold as 25, 35, 40. 40 is gold. Multiply it, 56, 64, 64, 64, 56 and 40. Now gold has become same. So you can see what is the amount of increase here. The amount of increase here is, I'll say, 39.
प्लस माइनस चेक करो. अरे 8 into 8 56 and 64 56. What is the increase here? The increase here is 21. 39 by 21. Can you cancel something? If you can cancel something, 3 is cancel. 13 by 7. प्लस माइनस चेक कर लो. Equate the component that does not change. Equate the portion that does not change. 13 by 7. Yes. Ratio पूछा है. What is the ratio? Not the quantity. Quantity नहीं निकल सकता. You cannot find the actual grams added. You can always find out the ratio. कि पूरे सवाल में nowhere do you have the actual hint of grams. There is no hint on grams, actual grams, total grams. 10 gram, 15 gram, 20 gram. You cannot find grams. You can only find a ratio. Let's try more. Take your time. Try. This question alone is worth 3 smaller questions. Try. At the time of marriage, age of wife was 25% lower than her husband's. 10 years later, her age is 20% lesser as compared to her husband. During these 10 years, they had 3 children in different years, and total ages of these children are 18.18% of family's total age. What can be minimum sum of ages of entire family? What could be maximum age of the eldest of the 3 children? What could be maximum age of the youngest of the 3 children? I did not change the ratio to do that. We are saying the amount of gold will not change. Amount of gold will remain same. So if the multiplying factor, if you want to think like that, if the multiplying factor for this entire thing is x and this entire thing is y, you are saying 8x is equal to 5y is gold. From that you are getting x upon y as 5y. तो क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करना इसी को बोलते हैं ना, इक्वेटिंग टर्म्स. रेशो बदल रहा है, दैट इज व्हाई वी नीड टू मेक इट इक्वल. So in this case, the biggest hint given to you is the age of husband and wife you can find from the first 2 lines. Once you find the age of husband and wife, you get an idea about family's age and 3 children being born. ये दो चीज मिल गई. You can answer everything now. Comment answers. 55, question A, question first. Let us name them A, B, C. Should I try and solve it for you guys? Now, I have been asked such things many times over the years. Sir, why does IIM want us to solve such questions? Why? What is IIM expecting us to achieve by solving such questions? See, they are testing your ability to think fast. They are testing your ability to apply newer thought processes, faster calculations on the spot. And yes, every branch of MBA will have some degree of mathematics. Now, college like Visakhapatnam, they are focusing more on machine learning and AI. All colleges have some form of AI courses or some form of machine learning courses. Some colleges actually are encouraging students to learn small amount of coding as well. Excel sheet and PPT you will learn in all courses, all MBA programs you learn that in. But अभी थोड़ा coding वोडिंग साइड जा रहे हैं IIMs. चलो. So let me solve this. Here what we have is, at the time of marriage, the age of wife was 25% lower. So let me start with basic equation. जल्दी बनता है. Husband, wife, 4x, 3x. 25% lower. नीचे 3 ऊपर 4. 3 is 25% of 4. या उल्टा लिखना आपको. You want more clarity, you write wife upon husband. The age is 3x upon 4x. What happens 10 years later? So I'm adding plus 10 plus 10. The age of the wife becomes 20% lesser as compared to husband. What is 20% lesser? 4 upon 5. Cross multiply karo, khatam kar do. Cross multiply this. This is 15 plus 50 is equal to 15x. 16x plus 40 इसको इधर भेज दिया. X इसको इधर भेज दिया 10. That means earlier their ages were 30 and 40. 30 and 40 were their ages earlier. That means their ages were 70. Now, because 10 years added, so their ages are 40 and 50 years. So that is only husband and wife. During these 10 years, there's a line. This line is worth 10 years. This line is complete 10 years. There are 3 children born. Child 1, child 2, child 3. When is it happening? Which year? We do not know. We do not know. But now, after these 10 years, the ages of these children are 18.18% of the total family's age. Family's age. Now, what is unique about 18.18? Do you remember this kind of theory I've covered? This is 2 into 9.09, which is what? 2 by 11. क्या कर रहे हो सर ये? I'm converting percentage into ratio. This tells me the age of the three children. Ages are, let us say A, B, C are the ages. Upon family ka age must be a multiple of 11. What is a multiple of 11 above 90? What multiple of 11 is there? 99. What do you want? You want their ages to be minimum in one of the questions. You want their ages to be minimum in one of the questions. So if I go with 9, family age is 99. That means the combined age of the three children is 9 years. Is this part clear to you guys? The combined age of the three children is 9 years. So how can you create 9? In how many ways can you create 9? 9 can be written as 1 plus 2 plus 6. 9 can be written as 1 plus 3 plus 5. See, 144. 144 cannot be the age. They become of the same age. They have distinct ages. The ages could be 2 plus 3 plus 4. So 9 can be created with 3 numbers in 3 ways. Sir, why does it need to be 9? The first question is, what can be the minimum sum of ages of the family? 99. Now there is a small twist. If I say a multiple of 11, a multiple of 11 can also be 110. Multiple of 11 can also be 110. We only said one thing, that the age of the children must be a multiple of 11. So if I consider more and more possibilities, see, I'm doing it here in different color. ये जो भी blue color है, it is for a new number, which is 110. So this is 90 years is the age of the father and mother, and the age of children is 20 years. Do you understand? Because the childbirth is happening within these 10 years. 10 को आप नहीं cross कर सकते. What is the maximum age of the eldest child? Can I say eldest child का उम्र आप 10 years रख दो, और बाकी दोनों का आप कुछ भी रखो. It could be 9 and 1. It could be anything. It could be 8 and 2. I don't worry. I don't care. What is the maximum age of the eldest of the three children? 10 years. अब वो वाला लॉजिक मत देना सर, 9 होना चाहिए. अरे बाबा, वो theoretical question है. What could be the maximum age of the youngest child? Youngest child का maxima करना है. Can I say इससे भी ऊपर जा सकते हैं क्या? What is the next multiple of 11? 121. So 90 में अगर मुझे 121 बनाना, I need 31. Can I say 31 बनाने के लिए 3 numbers में मेरे को 10 plus 10 plus 11 चाहिए रहेगा, which is not possible. 121 तो नहीं बन सकता. इसी में काम करना पड़ेगा. I want 20 to be the addition and I want youngest child to have more age. कभी भी ऐसे क्वेश्चन में divide this in 3 equal parts. Can I say I have 6 plus 6 plus 6, 18 years. अब क्योंकि youngest और oldest बनाना है, इसको 2 years दे दिया आपने 8, और इसमें से 1 यहाँ दे दो 7. So you will have the youngest child at the age of 5 years. थोड़ा वैल्यूज को घुमाना पड़ा हमें. मिस्टेक कर रहे हैं?
99, ओ 22 आएगा ना उधर में, 22 आएगा, 18 ईयर्स आएगा, 99, ये 18 आएगा. लेट मी क्लीन द होल थिंग, फॉर यू. ऐसा ऐसा क्वेश्चन फ्रेम करने में बहुत सोचना पड़ता है. वी हैव प्रूवन दिस. बच्चों का एज 2 है, फैमिली का एज 11 है, हम कह रहे हैं फैमिली का 99 है, तो बच्चों का 18 है. यस. व्हाट अदर केसेस आर वी कंसिडरिंग? अरे बच्चों का 18 कैसे होगा रे बाबा? बच्चों का 18 होगा तो फादर मदर का तो ऑलरेडी 90 है ना. फादर मदर का ऑलरेडी 90 है. फ्रेमिंग इशू की फादर मदर इज ऑलरेडी 90, वी हैव कंफर्म दैट. 90 के ऊपर 18 जुड़ना चाहिए, तो कैलकुलेशन हमने वहां पे ये वाली वैल्यू जो थोड़ा मिसप्लेस हुई है, ये वाली वैल्यू. इफ आई गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट मल्टीपल, लेट मी गिव, इफ आई गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट मल्टीपल, इफ आई गो फॉर आफ्टर 99, द नेक्स्ट मल्टीपल इज 110, तो बच्चों का एज 20 होगा. दिस इज मैचिंग विथ अवर कैलकुलेशन हियर. मदर फादर का 90 इयर्स का एज है, बच्चों का 20 इयर्स का एज है, तो 99 वाला इज नॉट मैचिंग. 99 वाला इज नॉट मैचिंग विद बच्चों का एज. नॉट
2 by 11 if I take it as 121, तो इनका होगा 11, इनका हो जाएगा 22, which is not matching. 90 plus 22 is not matching. So only one value is matching. This one. There's only one value matching, guys. 90 plus 20. जो भी आंसर है ऐसे आना. What is the maximum age of the eldest? 10 साल दे दो ना, हमें क्या करना, उसे 10 साल दे दो आप. You give that child 10 years. बाकियों का आप कुछ भी रखो, we don't care. अब यंगेस्ट को मैक्सिमा करना है, यंगेस्ट को मैक्सिमा करना है. तो मैंने क्या किया, पहले मैंने 666 कर दिया, 18 ईयर्स, 2 साल और हैं, 2 साल और हैं. मैंने 2 साल इसको दे दी, क्योंकि अगर एक एक साल दोगे बराबर हो ही जाएगा ना. इसको मैंने 2 साल देके 8 कर दिया. अब क्योंकि यंगेस्ट चाहिए तो इसमें से 1 निकाल के इधर दे दिया, तो यंगेस्ट वन इज 5 years old. Only one value matches, 90 and 20, which is 110. क्योंकि 90 कंफर्म क्यों है? हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ की एज से. That's it from my side, guys. Done. I have shared 1 or 2 additional questions in the common WhatsApp group. If you are in the common WhatsApp group, give it a try. बना के देखो उसको. Done. Sure. Bye bye.